Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We got Yrl Division 1, first round of the playoffs at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. And starting with the playoffs, the top 16 in round 1 made the playoffs. We'll go over that in no particular order. Everybody's tied right now for first or 16th, however you want to look at it. The top 16 drivers in the points plus whoever won a race makes the top 16, and the playoff drivers will all be TV drivers, will be the only TV drivers, and they will have the ability to start from 1st to 19th before the rest of the YRL has a chance to qualify. So like I say, in no particular order, Steve R made the playoffs in the 25 car. Zoom made the playoffs in the 4 car. Michael B made the playoffs in the 1 car. Trouble made the playoffs in the 55 car. Sean D made the playoffs in the 33 car. Candy made the playoffs in the 68. Chris Delaware in the 76 made the playoffs. Fast Eddie in the 9 car made the playoffs. Devin OG in the 28 made the playoffs. Dez in the 96 made the playoffs. Dwayne March, yours truly, in the 21 made the playoffs. H. Hess in the 88 made the playoffs. Philip Reynolds in the 64 made the playoffs. MP Fox in the 12 made the playoffs. Glenn B in the 23 made the playoffs. And Bobby in the 20 car made the playoffs. So right away, we'll shuffle these drivers up and find out where the playoff drivers are going to qualify here at Darlington. Since we know they're all TV drivers, we don't have to do a TV drivers anymore. Just playoff drivers will be. Of course, the bottom 4 of these 16 drivers will be eliminated from the playoffs each round. That's how it works till we get to the final race of the year at Homestead, and the top 4 drivers will be battling for the championship. Alrighty, we'll shuffle the starting lineup here cards and find out where these top 16 playoff drivers are going to start. Then we'll add the rest of the starting order in and find out where they're going to qualify at. Okay, so one more shuffle here. And let's get started. First up is starting 9th. Will be Philip Reynolds in the 64 car. Starting 13th, lucky number 13 is going to be MP Fox in the 12. Starting on the outside pole will be Bobby in the 20 car. Remember, all the playoff drivers will be TV drivers, so they'll be easily to spot here. Starting 6th will be Steve R in the 25. Starting 14th, H. Hess in the 88. Welcome, Al. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Tune in to Al Red Sox channel. He's been doing a lot of baseball lately. Yours truly will be starting 12th in the 21, Dwayne Martz. Hopefully those numbers being reversed will give me some luck. 12 and 21. Starting 15th will be Sean D in that 33 car. Starting 4th be Dez in the 96. Starting 16th be Michael B in the 1. Remember, whoever the bottom 4 of these playoff drivers will be eliminated from the playoffs, the bottom 4. So that's your goal here if you're in the playoffs, is not to be in the bottom 4 of the TV drivers. Starting 18th will be Trouble. So she'll be starting this race as one of the bottom 4. Starting 17th. This will be a bottom 4 one too. It would be OG in the 28. So right now the bottom 4 is Trouble, Michael B, OG, and Sean D. 19th, we will have the bottom 4 being 19th, 18th, 17th, and 16th will be Zoom. So right now they're the 4 cars when we start this race that would be eliminated. The race ended right away. Starting 11th. Haven't got the pole sitter yet. Remember, there'll be 3 places here that won't be playoff drivers. Starting on 11th will be Candy in the 68. Starting 5th will be Fast Eddie in the 9. Starting 3rd will be Glenn B in the 23. Still no pole winner. We only got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only one more driver will be the pole. No, it won't. It'll be 10th. Chris Delaware will be starting 10th. So we got 3 cars going to be in the top 10 amongst all these playoff drivers. So we'll put these 3 cards back in the stack here, shuffle them up, and then we'll shuffle the rest of the driver cards. You're at the rest of the starting grid for the Darlington 250 at the track Too Tough to Tame, the Lady in Black. How many victims will the Lady in Black bite? As they always say, when you race at Darlington, you don't race your fellow competitors, you race the racetrack. That's the #1 goal, is to finish this race. The Lady in Black will come bite you. We'll shuffle these guys up and find out where the rest of the field's going to start. Got 2 spots in the top group, the pole and 7th, and starting 8th in the middle group, and the rest will be in the rear with the gear. Okay, put them in the hat, and here we go. First up will be 20th. He's starting 20th. That'll be Bob B in the 69. Starting 29th will be Roger Ward in the 24. Starting 22nd will be Demos in the 17. Starting 25th will be Tim in the 26. Starting 40th will be Parks in the 88. Starting 24th, Be P-Jet in the 44. Starting 41st. Be Michael P in the 73. Starting on the pole. Who's going to be our pole winner? Will be Ken Castro, who just barely missed the playoffs. Will be starting on the pole. Good job by Ken. Trying to prove he should have been in the playoffs. Starting 21st will be Paul Govier in the 55. Starting 38th will be Danny and Gray in the 42. Starting 23rd will be Matt in the 59. Starting 26th will be Frank in the 00. Starting 31st will be Sarah Reynolds in the 97. Starting 39th will be Keith White in the 17. Starting shotgun and last will be Hammer Time in the 34. Starting 35th be Elvis in the 00. '28th starting position will be JB in the 79. '42nd will be G Puck. Our defending champ did not make the playoffs, so we will have a new champion this year in the 22 car. So his reign as YRL Division 1 champion is over. Starting, how did the 10 get in there? Starting 27th is Darla in the 27 place in the 14 car. Alrighty, starting 32nd will be Glenn P rather, in the 4 car, starting 32nd. Starting 36th will be Keith Avalon in the 1 car. Starting 34th will be D. Scott Howard in the 13. Starting 30th be Jim Cutter in the 68. Starting 7th in the top 10, Fan-O-Matic's going to be mixing it up with the playoff drivers. Hopefully he doesn't cause no problems up there with them. We shall see. Him and Ken Castro. And starting 8th, another non-playoff driver will be Double D and the Deuce. Again, hopefully they don't cause no wreck or nothing and take any of these playoff drivers out of the race. Starting 33rd will be Alan Shaw in the 11 car. And starting 37th is Troy Carter in the 55. Alrighty, let's go over to starting grid here for the first round of the playoffs at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina for the 250. Here we go. Your pole sitter not in the playoffs, Ken Castro. Outside pole, Bobby in the 20 car. Glenn B starting 3rd in the 23. Starting 4th, Des in the 96. Starting 5th, Fast Eddie in the 9. Starting 6th, Steve R in the 25. Starting 7th, a non-playoff driver, Fan-O-Matic in the 19th. Starting 8th, Double D, not a playoff driver, in the Deuce. Starting 9th, Philip Reynolds in the 64. Starting 10th, Chris Delaware in the 76. Starting 11th, Candy in the 68. Starting 12th, Dwayne Martz in the 21. Starting 13th, MP Fox in the 12. Starting 14th, H. Hess in the 88. Starting 15th, Sean D in the 33. Starting 16th, Michael B in the 1. Starting 17th, Devin OG in the 28. Starting 18th, Trouble in that 55. Starting 19th, your last playoff driver is Zoom. Starting 20th will be Bob B. Starting 21st will be Paul Govier in the 55. Starting 22nd is Demos in the 17. Starting 22nd is Matt in the 59. Starting 24th, P-Jet in the 44. Starting 25th is Tim in the 26. Starting 26 is Frank in the 00. Starting 27th is Darla in the 14. Starting 28th is JB Gorman in the 79. Starting 29th is Roger Ward in the 24. Starting 30th is the 68 of Jim Cutter. Starting 31st is Sarah Reynolds in the 97. Starting 32nd is Glenn P in the 4. Starting 33rd is the 11 of Shaw. Starting 34th, the 13th of Howard. Starting 35th, the 00 of Elvis. Starting 36th is Keith in the 1. Starting 37th is Carter in the 55. 38th is Danny and Gray in the 42. Starting 39th is White in the 17. Starting 40th is Parks in the 88. Starting 41st is Michael P in the 73. And the 2000, well, the last year's champion, non-able to make the playoffs and defend it, is G-Puck, starting 42nd. And shotgun in last is the 34 of Hammer Time. So Ken Castro is going to lead us to the green flag here in this 92 car to start this first round of the playoffs here at Darlington. And here we go, folks. How many cars will the Darlington Lady in Black bite? First up is bottom group of skill. So these guys are going to try to upset some of these playoff drivers. Hammer Time trying to move up. Not with a 6, he's not. How about G-Puck trying to show that he deserves to be the champ? Not with a 6, he's not. How about Parks in that 88? Not with a 4, he's not. These playoff drivers are doing good, fending them off. How about Danny in gray, not 42? Not with a 6, he's not. How about Keith in the 1? No, triple sixes. Keith Avalon has a problem back here in the bottom group. What kind of problems Keith have? A 66, he's got an engine problem. Keith Avalon will be the first car out of this race, and we'll finish 43rd. See here. Here comes D. Scott, not 13. Is it lucky number 13? Not with a 4, it's not. Roger Warden, the 24. How's it going, Mike? And we got a 1-2-1. And Candy is the first victim, going to drop back to 29th, so she'll be the first car out of the playoffs right now as Ward gets past her. How about that? Here comes Frank. Not going nowhere with a 6. Tim Traub fan in that 26 car. Not with a 5. P-Jet, former champ, trying to get up there. Not with a 5, he's not. How about Matt in that 59? Not with a 6, he's not. Demos in the 17. A 1-5-1. And he gets Devin OG. Devin OG drops back to 22nd. Him, Candy, Zoom in trouble right now, or the 4 cars not making it to the next round. And Bob B trying to move on up with a 3-4-3. And he gets Sean D, drops Sean D back. So we got 3 cars in that bottom group. Candy, OG, and Sean D. And Zoom will be the 4 cars right now not making the next round in the playoffs. Here we go with turn number 2. Here at Darlington, long way to go though. We got a top group of Smart. First up is Fan-O-Matic going after Ken. And he takes a 3 to beat Ken. And a 2-3, Fan-O-Matic. Non-playoff driver gets the lead here on turn number 2. Gets that 19 car up front, trying to show he should have made the playoffs. All right, anybody else smart back here? Glenn B is the only playoff driver smart. And a 5, not smart enough. We go to turn number 3. And we got another top group, this time star. How many stars we got up here? Steve R is a star. Fan-O-Matic's not, so he takes a 3 to beat him. A 1-3. Steve R gets that car up front. First playoff driver to lead here today at Darlington in the 25 car. Turn number 3. See if he can keep it. Here comes Eddie. Takes a 4 to beat Steve R. And a 3-4. Fast Eddie gets that 9 car up front. How about that? Next up is Dez in that 96. Can he get the lead here? A 1-5. He sure does. They're passing like crazy up here, trying to get up front on this turn 3. Dez gets the lead. And that's it for turn number 3. On to turn number 4. And we got a middle group of control. Who's got control back here? First up is Trouble, trying to get up to the top group. Right now, she's on the bubble of not making the playoffs. She's the first car to make the playoffs. Okay, let's roll the right dice. And a 2-6-1's not getting it done. Bob B, a non-playoff driver. Can he get up front? A 4-6, no. How about MP Fox? A 1-4-3. He gets Steve R, who was leading this race just a short time ago. Goes from 12th up, 13th up to 5th. And last car with control is Philip Reynolds. with a 1-2-4, gets up the third, knocks Glenn B back on the turn number 5. And we got another middle group. This time it's star. How many stars we got back here? First one up is Zoom. Right now, Zoom's not making the next round. She's trying to move on up. Not with a 5. Trouble on the bubble, wants to give herself some breathing room. A 3-4-2. And NP Fox doesn't have the star quality, so Trouble goes from 18th up to 5th. Good job by her. Here comes Demos. Trying to crack into the top group. No, not with a 5. Glenn B in that 1 car. Not with a 6, he's not. HS, another playoff driver, with a 2-4-3. And Trouble doesn't stay there long. Hess goes from 14th up to 5th. Steve R trying to get back up in that top group. Not with a 6, he's not. Next up is Chris. He's a playoff driver. Not with a 5, he's not. And the last one's Double D, a non-playoff driver, with a 1-3-2. And Fast Eddie holds him off. Good job by that 9 car. On to turn number 6. And then we got another middle group, this time Reflex in the middle group. These guys are pushing hard, trying to get up there. Here comes NP Fox. Not with a 6, he's not. Demos. All right, Al, you have a good one, man. You guys stop by and check out Al's channel. Like I say, he's got some baseball and all. And we got Michael Green. He's been doing some red, white, and blue racing. Check out that channel. And here comes Demos with a 2-6-4. Gets our pole sitter and goes from 17th up to 7th. How about Michael B? Can he get up there? Not with a 5, he can't. Bob B, can he get up there? The B's are trying, but they're not working. Yours truly, Dwayne March. First time we've talked about me today. 6 ain't getting the job done. How about Roger Ward? Is he getting up there? With a 3-5-5, he sure is. He gets Fan-O-Matic. Drops him back to 11th. Next up is Glenn B. He's the last one in this middle group. Oh, you're welcome, Mike. Glenn B. See if he can get the job done. With a 2-6-1. No. First pit stop of the race. See what happens here. It'll be the bottom group. 4 and 3 switch. All righty, let's grab some chips and see what happens back here. First up is Sean. Needs a 5. Okay, here we go. No, Sean doesn't get a chip. How about Paul needs a 5? He barely gets her done. Good job by that 55 crew. Matt needs a 2, needs snake eyes. Doesn't get it. Devin needs a 7. Doesn't get it. P-Jet needs a 6. Doesn't get it. Tim needs a 5. Doesn't get it. Frank needs a 6. Doesn't get it. Darla needs a 4. Doesn't get it. JB needs a 7. Doesn't get it. Candy needs a 5. Doesn't get it. Jim Cutter needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Sarah Reynolds needs a 4. Does get it. Good job by that 97 crew. Glenn P needs a 6. Gets it barely. Good job by the 4 team. How about Alan Shaw? He needs a 4. And he doesn't get it with a 5. D. Scott needs a 3 and doesn't get it. Gets a 4. Darn. Elvis needs a 4. Gets it with a 3. Good job by the 0-0 team. Carter needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Danny and Gray needs a 6. He gets it. Keith White needs a 5. He gets it with a 4. Good job by the 17 crew. How about Mr. Parks? What's he going to do? An 8. He doesn't get it. Michael P needs a 7. He gets her done. G Puck, the defending champ, won't be. Our champ needs an 8. He gets it done. He's trying to show that he deserves to be the champ. And a 5. Not going to happen for Hammer. Alrighty, we'll move all these guys up with chips. See if anybody can beat Dez out of the pits. Alrighty, here we go. See what happens here. And a 1-1, Bobby gets the lead out of the pits. On turn number 7, gets that 20 car up front. Okay, here we go to turn number 8. Only one car out of the race so far. See what happens here. And we got a middle group of Star in the middle group. First up is Zoom. A 2-3-2. And Hess, HS holds him off. Good job. Michael B's a Star. Not with a 6, he's not going nowhere. Steve R is a Star. Not with a 5, he's not going nowhere. Trouble is a Star. Not with a 4. How about Chris in that 76 car? A 5, no. Last one, Double D in that deuce. Not with a 4. Go to turn number 9, a third of the way done this race. And we got our first pedal to the metal. And it'll be the 24th place car. 24th place will be Danny and Gray. Let's see if anybody joins him. How about Keith White? Keith White joins him. How about Michael P? Yes, Michael P is going to join it. How about G Puck? No, it'll be a 3-man gang going after Elvis. And Elvis, they get him going after Glenn P. They get Glenn P going after Sarah Reynolds. They get Sarah Reynolds going after Paul Gavier in that 55. They get Paul all going after Zoom up here in the middle group. Zoom puts a stop to him. That playoff driver says, not happening here. They pick up 4 spots though. Those 3 do. Go from 24th up to 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Everybody else drops back. Paul drops back to 23rd. All righty, that's it for turn number 9. What happens here? Turn number 10. And we got a middle group of Heat and a Problem. First, we'll do the Heat. Zoom trying to get out of this middle group. She's had some opportunities and hasn't gotten it done yet. See what happens this time. A 155 is getting it done. Knocks Roger Ward back to 19th. And MP Fox is going to try to bring some heat. Not with a 5, he's not. Steve R's trying to bring some heat with a 163. Knocks Demos back to 15th. So the whole top group now is playoff drivers. Next up is Trouble. She's bringing the heat. Not with a 5, she's not. How about Chris? He's got the heat. Not with a 5. And that was the last car with heat. Now we'll see who has the problem back here in the middle group. 33. Who's that? 33 is going to be the 3 odd. And that's Bob B, a non-playoff driver, has the problem. What kind of problem does he have? 63. Unscheduled pit stop, roll for repair. We're in the middle third of the race. Takes a 5 for him to stay in the race. Not going to happen. Bob B will finish 42nd. The lady in black hasn't bit many guys. Only 2 cars out of the race. Pretty darn good. Early likest. Turn number 10. Let's see who moves up. First up is going to be Danny and Gray in that 42 car. And he's moving on up with a chip. Like I say, only 2 cars out of the race. Not bad at all. Here we go, turn 11. We got another middle group of Reflex. Here we go with Reflex. Danny and Gray with the chip doesn't have it. Roger Ward does. A 3-4-3. And he gets Fast Eddie, knocks him back. Right now, Fast Eddie, Sean D, Devin OG, and Candy would be the 4 cars not making it to the next round. MP Fox trying to get out of this middle group. A 3-2-4, and he knocks Philip Reynolds back, puts Philip Reynolds on the bubble. Philip Reynolds will be the first car to make it to the next round. Ken Castro, the pole sitter, trying to get out of this middle group. A 3-1-1. Dez holds him off. Michael B. What's he going to do? He's not going nowhere with a 5. Here comes David Demos. Not going nowhere with a 4. Yours truly. My opportunity to get out of this middle group. A 2-2-2. Uh-oh. Not good. I got a problem. Uh-oh. What kind of problem do I got? Uh-oh. Blew up. Dwayne Martz will be the first playoff driver out of this race. I will not be moving on to the round of 12. So that just put Fast Eddie into the playoffs in the next round. Sure. Here comes Glenn B, the last car with Reflex. He's not going nowhere. We'll see who moves up here. All right, Keith White, can he make it out of the bottom group? Yes, he can with a chip. Now we only got 40 cars running in this race. Yours truly out of the playoffs. Blown engine. All righty, here we go. Turn number 12. And we got a bottom group of TV. These playoff drivers with a chance to get out of here. Here comes Candy. Not going nowhere with the 6. Devin OG. Not going nowhere with the 6. Last one, Sean D. No, nobody took advantage of that. On to turn number 13. Halfway through, cross flags here at Darlington. We got a middle group of skill plus problem. We got a problem also. First is skill. Danny and Gray with a chip and skill. 2, 2, 3. And he gets him without using his chip. MP Fox goes from 3rd back to 18th. And right now, he's the last car to make this next round. Yes, indeed. Who else has skill? Ken Castro, our pole sitter's got skill. A 1, 4, 3. He gets 5th from Roger Ward. Gets back up to the top group. Michael B with skill. Not going nowhere with a 6. How about demos? A 1, 6, 2. And Steve R holds him off. Fanomatic in that 19. A 1, 5, 4. Gets zoom. Goes from 11th up to 6th. Chris has got skill. A 1, 4, 1. Not going nowhere though. Double D's got skill. Not going nowhere with a 4. Now let's see who has the problem. 33, I think that's the same number I was. Not a good spot to be. 33 is the 3 odd. Yep. Demos, a non-playoff driver's got problem. And a 34. Tight. He drops back to 20th. See who moves up here. First up will be Michael P. Can he move up here to the middle group? No. How about Paul Govier? Yes, Paul moves up to 19th. Drops Michael P. back to 21st and demos back to 20th. Turn number 14. And we got another middle group and it's skill again and another problem again. Back-to-back problems and skill. First up is Roger Ward with skill. And that's a 3, 2, 4. And Danny and Gray uses his chip to hold him off. Here comes Michael B. With a triple 4s. Michael B has a problem. Is he going to be the second playoff car out of the race? A 15. Cut tire causes a wreck. He sure is. Can they repair this car and get him back on the track? We are still in the middle part of the race, so it'll take a 7 for him to fix this one car. And they barely do, but he'll drop back to 40th. Everybody will move up here. So right now, Michael B, Candy, Devin OG, and Sean D are and Devin OG. It's myself, Michael B, Candy, and Devin OG are out of the playoffs right now. Sean D is the last car to make it to the next round. Back here in the back group. I'm out of the race with an engine problem. So here we go, turn number 16. And we got a top group of Reflex. How long has Bobby been in the lead? Since turn 7. So she needs 2 more turns to get a chip. So first up is Reflex here. Ken Castro trying to get the lead back. He was our pole sitter. And 2-1 ain't getting it done. It takes a 4 to get Bobby, and nobody else has a Reflex. So she's going to hold on. She can keep this lead after the pit stop here. She'll get a chip. We'll have a top group 5 and 6 switch spots. Since nobody in the middle group can get a chip, we'll move these 2 guys up with chips. And then we'll do the chips for the top group. Okay, see what happens here. Bobby needs a 6 to get a chip. She barely gets it. Like I say, and then if she can hold on to the lead, she'll get another chip. Dez needs a 4. He barely gets it. Good job by Dez. Grab the rest of these chips here. Looks like this is the money stop and they're making it work. How about Danny and Gray needs a 6? No, he doesn't get one. Hess needs a 6. He doesn't get one. Ken needs a 4. He doesn't get one. Steve R needs a 6. He doesn't get one. And Fan-O-Matic needs a 4 and doesn't get one. Good job by the 2 front runners. Now let's see if Bobby can hold them off here and get another chip. A 1-3. And Dez gets her. She'll use the chip. And Dez will use his chip to regain it. So Dez gets the lead here on turn 17. Bobby's unable to keep the lead, and Dez in that 96 car leading for the first time here on turn 17. We go to turn 18. Here we go. And we got a top group of smart and a problem in the top group. First up is Fan-O-Matic. It takes a 3 to beat Dez. 5-2 not happening. See if anybody else is smart up here. Hess is smart in that 88. A 2-3-3. He gets him. Hess gets the lead here on turn number 18. Gets that 88 car up there. All righty. Anybody else smart? Danny and Gray smart. Takes a 4 to get Hess. 3-4. He gets it done. Danny and Gray puts that 42 car up front here on turn 18. And Bobby's not smart, so we'll see who has the problem up here. And it is Hess with the problem. What kind of problems Hess have? 51. He spins and drops to the front of the bottom group. So Hess is going to stay alive here for the playoffs for the time being. Drops back to 20th. See if Paul Gavier can make it to the top group with that chip. No. How about Keith White? Keith White moves up to the top group with that chip. See if Michael P can make it up to 19th. Yes, he does. And Hess drops back to 20th. Again, right now, myself, Michael B, Candy, and Devin OG are the 4 cars not making it to the round of 12. All righty, we go to turn number 19. See what happens here. We got a middle group, we got 2 problems in the middle group. First problem will be the 54 car. So that is the 5 even. That's Fast Eddie's got a problem. 23, tire rub. So he'll drop back to 40th. So Fast Eddie will be out of this playoff as it stands right now. Who else has another problem in this group? 66, 6 even. And that's MP Fox has got a problem. Cool. A 56, loss of engine out of the race, causes a yellow So NP Fox, the second playoff driver out of the race, will not make it to the round of 12. Myself, Fast Eddie, and Michael B. Since I brought out a caution, everybody will just move up. So you got MP Fox, myself, Fast Eddie, and Michael B not making the playoffs. That leaves Candy on the bubble. First car to make it in. A round of 12, 39 cars still running. As we go to turn 21, 5 turns to go, 50 miles here at Darlington. And we got a rare problem and a problem in the bottom group. Nothing but problems. The lady in black is definitely biting her butt. Here's the rare problem. A 45 driver incident in the bottom group. Let's see what 2 cars has an incident. It'll be the 55. The 17th place driver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's Parks. Odd or even? Odd will be Hammer. Even will be Troy Carter. It's even. Him and Troy Carter have a problem. It'll take an 8 for Parks to escape this. And he barely does. Troy needs an 8 also. And he does. So they both escape that. But they'll both go to the 36th and 35th still. Now let's see who has the other problem. Just a regular problem. That'll be car number 18. That'll be Hammer Time with a problem. He might have dropped some oil on the track and caused this. A 31 handling problem. Roll for repair. We are now in the last third. Takes snake eyes for him to stay in the race. No. So Hammer Time in that 34 car will finish 39th. Alrighty. On the turn number 22, Michael B and Fast Eddie, they need to make some moves here. And we got a top group of Control. And Keith White with Control and a chip. A 6, he's going to need to use the chip, but Keith White finds his way up front. How about that in that 17 car here on turn number 22? Gets the lead for the first time. And here comes Fan-O-Matic. Could take a 4 to get Keith. Not with a 5, he's not. Ken Castro trying to get back up front after being the pole sitter. A 1-5, he gets it done. Ken Castro gets the lead back here late in the race. Turn number 22. Okay, Dez trying to get the lead here. 3-2, no. Bobby in the 20 car with a 1-4. She gets it done. Puts that 20 car up front. On turn 23. 3 more turns to go, folks. And we got a pedal to the metal. Here we go. And it'll be the 18th place driver, HS, starting this. Let's see what happens here. Can Sarah join him? No, it's just HS taking him on. Going after Michael P. And gets him. Going after David Demos. Gets him. Going after Philip Reynolds. Philip puts an end to that. Hess picks up 2 spots though. Turn 24. 2 turns to go, folks. 2 turns to go. And we got a top group of smart. Who's smart up here? Here comes Danny and Gray. 4-5, not smart enough. Fan-O-Matic. 6-3, not smart enough. Keith White trying to get back up to the front. And a 3-5. Keith gets it done. Goes from 4th up to the lead with 1 turn to go. Is Keith White going to win this race, folks? And that 17 car non-playoff driver. Wishing this was a race earlier so he'd be there. Alrighty, anybody else smart? No. So we go to the white flag. White flag, folks. Can Keith White hold him off here at Darlington and tame the lady in black? And we got a top group of skill. Can Keith hold him off? It'll take a 3 to beat him. First up's Danny and Gray. 2-4. Danny and Gray gets Keith on the final turn. The announcer's jinx. Shouldn't have said nothing. Okay. Anybody else got skill? Fan-O-Matic's got skill. Take a 4 to beat Danny and Gray. 3-5. Yes, he does. Fan-O-Matic gets up there. Puts that 19 car. These guys are driving crazy here at Darlington. How about that? On the last turn of the race. Steve R., playoff driver, trying for the lead. Not going nowhere with the 6. How about Bobby trying to get back up there? 3-2, nope. And last one with the skill quality is going to be Ken. And a 4-4, didn't get her done. Fan-O-Matic, a non-playoff driver, wins here at Darlington. And your 4 cars that did not make it to the round of 12 is Dwayne Martz, MP Fox, Fast Eddie and Michael B, Candy, Devin OG, Sean D, HS, Philip Reynolds, Trouble, Zoom, Chris, Glenn B, Steve R, Bobby, and Dez make it on to the round of 12, round number 2. But your winner here today is Fan-O-Matic, a non-playoff driver. And how about that? Second place, another non-playoff driver is old Ken. He barely missed the playoffs. Your first playoff driver is the 96 of Dez. And third, followed by Bobby in that 20 car. Steve R in that 25 finishes 5th. Danny and Gray, nice race, finishes 6th. Keith White had the lead going into that last turn, finishes 7th. Paul Govier finishes in the top 10 in that 55 car. Double D in the Deuce finishes 9th. Glenn B in the 23. He finishes in the top 10. Oh, you're welcome, Ken. Like I say, I thought you was going to win this one, my bud. Like I say, I think you was like the first car out of the playoffs, first or second. Yeah, because of the drivers not in the top 16 that won races. Chris in that 76 finishes 11th. Zoom in the 4 finishes 12th. Oh, exactly, Ken. Yep. 55 of Trouble finishes 13th. Philip Reynolds in that 64 finishes, Roger Ward in the 24 finishes 14th. And Philip Reynolds in the 64 finishes 15th. H. Hess in that 88 finishes 16th. Demos in that 17 finishes 17th. Michael P. in the 73. He finishes 18th. Sarah Reynolds finishes 19th in the 97. Glenn P. finishes 20th in the 4. And Elvis in the 00 finishes 21st. And Elvis has now left the building, folks. And last season's champ, G-Puck, in the 22 finishes 22nd. Like I say, he will not be a repeat winner. He did not make the playoffs. Sean D. in that 33 car did just enough to stay in the playoffs. Matt in that 59 finishes 24th. Devin OG still in the playoffs, even though he finished 25th. And P-Jet in the 44 finishes 26th. Tim in the 26 finishes 27th. Frank in the 00, he'll finish 28th. Darla in the 14 will finish 29th. JB in the 79 finishes 30th. And the last playoff driver to make it to the round of 12 is Candy in that 68 car. Jim Cutter in the 68. How about that? The 68's back to back. He finishes 32nd. Alan Shaw in that 11 car finishes 33rd. Howard in that lucky number 13, not so lucky today, finishes 34th. Troy Carter avoided wrecking there in that 55 car with Parks, finishes 35th. And like I say, Parks in the 88 finishes 36th. And the first car not to make the round of 12 is Michael B. in that 1 car. And next down is Fast Eddie in the 9. Last car still running. And the 2 playoff drivers that fell out of the race was MP Fox and yours truly, Dwayne Martz. So we are out of these playoffs, folks. So hopefully maybe tomorrow we'll have round 2 of the playoffs from the road course at Watkins Glen. I want to thank Ken Castro, Michael Gree, Al Red Sox fan, for stopping by here at Darlington. Y'all have a great evening. Y'all take care. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. And on your way out of Darlington, South Carolina, hit that like button. Leave some comments about this race and what you think of the YRL. Till next time, y'all take care.